It's Friday and your weekend's about to begin. How's everybody doing? It's approximately, say about 20 minutes till it'll be 5 o'clock. March 14th, 2019. I hope your weekend will be peaceful as well as your peace of mind. And I hope that whatever this week showed you, you were able to stay grounded and navigate through it. But family, I had an opportunity drop in my lap to learn something new. You may be wondering, wait a minute, you always talking about learning something new, Gerald. And then you put this funny looking, look like a tree stump as your thumbnail. Yeah, I did. And there's a reason why I did it. So I actually wanted to spin the picture so that it would be landscape so you could actually see it from the ground. But it didn't come out the way I wanted it, so I'll just leave it as it is in portrait form. But as I'm putting this video out right now, I'm using my cell phone. And I had an opportunity present itself today. And it's all about keeping your self control no matter what. See, family, I'd say the Sunday, I was having issues with my cell phone. Um, I use a Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus. Love my phone. Some of y'all who've been riding with me for a long time know I'm a Samsung guy. I like the product. Just like you may be an iPhone person, you know. And on Sunday, I noticed that my phone was starting to give off some heat. Now, I am pretty aware of prior cell phones having problems with the battery. Pretty aware of that. Matter of fact, let me check. Make sure my volume's up. Okay, sorry about that. Like, why you put your thumb up there, Gerald? I'm trying to grab the yeah. So I noticed Sunday I was starting to have that same problem with this phone. And I know that because if you have a protective case, not having proper ventilation, it can suffocate the phone. But with my devices, I always get what I need. I don't take corners on it because I use my phone like you do as a tool. And it just so happened, I put the phone on the charger and I noticed that not only did it not take the charge like it should have for as long as it had been on the charger, but I noticed that the phone was warm. So I knew that, okay, this phone's on its last leg. We got a battery issue, and I need to go ahead and accept that and go ahead and talk to the carrier. So, like many of you, you got insurance. So, just so happened I did so, explained to it, went through the checklist, explained to them what was going on, had to go through the biometrics of the phone with the rep on the phone, and it was agreed that they were going to send me another phone, which means it was going to be a refurbished phone, or like they like to say, like new, which basically means we can sell it. So I agree. And just like you've got countless information on your phone that you want the safekeepings on, and you probably use your cloud. And with that being said, family, if you have yet to back up your phone, you make sure you do so. Because if that phone goes down and you're putting the information in there, you're going to lose it. So make sure that you take the time to Go up in the settings and back up your data so that it'll be in the cloud. So now, with that being said, I pay my little $20, and they're gonna express ship it. So they tell me, hey, it's coming on Monday. All right, that's good. No worries. I'll use my phone until it comes. Just so happened they overnighted it, and I had my phone. I was happy. So I had to go down to the local, my local carrier, and have them transfer, or as we know, bump it, so that all your data was carried over to the new device and you don't lose it, even though I'd already backed it up. So I did that, waited patiently, get it done, walked out the location, never to once question that the rep that was on duty was going to do everything that's expected, right? I leave, get home, and I noticed that my apps were like brand new. That was already a red flag. So, no, it shouldn't have happened, because if you bump your data, bump your apps, everything transfers from one device to the next. Then it dawns on me. I didn't realize until then that I never saw the rep put the SIM card in there. So, guess what? They bumped it from the surface, but guess what? It's just surface. So, it's like day one. Thank goodness I backed up my information. But that is not the reason why I'm telling you this story. So, needless to say, I ended up going back to the same location. Store manager remembers when I came in. I explained what was going on. I had to wait about 30 minutes because it was crowded. It was on a weekend. But they put that SIM card in, out the door I go. No issues. None. Phone been working like a champ. Then, today, after I, as you can see, my dreads are growing. They're growing. I leave I leave my stylist, and something told me to check my emails. So I checked the emails, and lo and behold, there's an email from the carrier. Now, I had to ship back the phone that I had. No problem. Did that the same day I went to take it down to the courier to get my data transferred. See, you saw what I just did? That means the devil's work is never done. But I got a protective case over it, just as well as I have a protective case over the screen, because it is an investment. And as you know, phones nowadays, they're starting to break the 800, 900, even $1,000 price bracket. So it's your investment. Be wary. But not to lose sight of what I'm conveying to you. So I see the email, and I just left the location. I pull in my parking spot, and I sit down to read it. And I could tell that I was not going to like this email. You know what they tried to do? They tried to spin it so that not only were they were gonna charge me for the phone they sent, $300. Well, I had a problem with that, because number one, they were basically trying to say politely, you were negligent on your phone, and therefore, because we sent you a phone, you're gonna pay for it. And oh, by the way, we're gonna keep the phone that you sent. Oh, you know that wasn't gonna fly. So what did I do? Took a couple breaths, read it again, got on that 1-800 number, and I called. Rep comes on the phone, and she concurs to what the email says. Well, then I had to let her know. Well, if the intent was to send you a damaged phone, why would I not use my insurance? Because I have insurance. Every time I get a phone, I have insurance like you do. I could have simply said, hey, look here, I got an issue with the phone. I need to use my insurance. And they would have done the same process. Then, on top of that, I have an upgrade. Because of the device that I bought when it came out, it came the day it released. Uh, I was the first 5 people to purchase it in the area. So that entitled me to an upgrade every year until the contract was up. Third, with that being said, I didn't need to even go through this process because I have an upgrade. I could just walk in and go get that 10 plus if I wanted it. So it was not in my best interest to attempt to do a flim flam when I had entitlements all the way around. My point being is this: there are going to be some times things are going to occur, right? And it's going to pluck your nerves. It's going to instantaneously cause you to tap into your emotions and you want to either fight or flight. You got to subdue that. You got to keep yourself in check. Because just as you cannot talk and listen at the same time, if you don't critically think, you may miss something very small and subtle that will not only affect your wallet or your purse, but also put you in a position that you didn't even have to be in just because you were in the right. So let's bring this home. Why did I put that picture of that tree stump as a thumbnail for this? That tree stump, as you know, was a tree. That stump has been there since I took I moved into this house. So September will be 2 years that I've been at this residence. And I'll watch okay, all right. I'll watch sorry about that. Somebody of course when you're trying to do something, that's when the texts come in. But I watched this tree slowly but surely decompose. So I tried to find something in that represents what's going on right now. How many times have you heard people say, remove the thorns out of your feet, or remove the thorns in your side? That's the same thing because that stump is dead. So why am I holding on to it? What purpose does it serve? It serves nothing. So that's the same way when it comes to when you have problems. When you have problems, you're not supposed to react as they're presented. You're supposed to critically think about it and make the sound decision for you. It could cost you money, it could cost you time, and it also can cost you just unwanted anxiety. So, when the rep came back on the phone, and I'd already explained my situation, my facts, because they basically was trying to say, hey, look here, we trying to shake you down for $300. I wasn't going to do that. Now, if it was a situation where legitimately I was at fault, then okay, well, that is what it is. But as I explained to the rep as well, why would I waste my time identifying that I have a problem with one thing when I could simply walk into a store and get a better device, as well as the fact that I'm insured. So what ended up happening? They got off the phone, had me on hold for a couple minutes, came back on the phone, put me back on hold again. Collectively took about 10 minutes. The rep said, Mr. Davis, we're not going to charge you that $2.99. However, because we have to have a happy medium, which basically what she was saying was we got to find a way to make a profit because now we can't sell your phone or use your phone. But even though that's no here, no there, I found the higher road. I said, well, I'm insured. He said, you're exactly right. So instead of coming out of my pocket $300, I'm coming out of my pocket for 50, which is what the insurance uh, deductible is. I shouldn't have to do that, but I also know that you have to pick your battles. Some things ain't worth the stress, family. Some people ain't worth the stress. And you got to make a decision. What's more important? Peace of mind or, yeah. So I wanted to share that with y'all. I wanted to, because I know somebody probably right now has to make a decision, but it's impulsive, and you think that's the only solution that you have. Let me tell you what, life is, even though life can be time sensitive, the time that you invest may be the one thing that is you'll find out is priceless all along. So, with that being said, it's your money, it's your peace of mind. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Love to hear from you. And if you know somebody that may be in the same situation, or they may feel that they got the weight of the shoulders, weights on their shoulders, now take the time, step back, analyze, and make the sound decision. You know how they say, the old parable, measure twice, cut once. Because I'm going to tell you what, if I had turned around when I initially took that phone call, and started complaining, first of all, the conversation would have went left. The rep would have not wanted to hear anything I had to say because it was already they'd already tried to bill me already on my account. But because of the fact that I listened to what she was trying to convey, and in turn she gave me the same energy back and listened to what my position was, we were able to find a logical solution, and everybody's happy. And isn't your happiness what all? Ain't that what it matters the most? Ain't it? I think so. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth, and for that, it helps me discern mine. I know somebody thinking right now, look like a little sun. Yeah, we had a little sun today. It actually got up to 79 degrees here in Virginia Beach, but we got these little clouds starting to roll in. But that's all right, because tomorrow, because tomorrow's gonna be 52. Go figure. You know there's gonna be some sick people running around here, huh? Anyway, I love to hear from you. I hope you guys have a safe and blessed weekend. And if you're out there on the road, leave out the same way that you need to return. Protected, but blessed. Why? Because there's only one you, and you're worth it. Bye, y'all.